Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. This time we're taking a look at the Star Wars Rogue One Sergeant Jyn Erso, and this is the Jedha version from the Star Wars Rogue One toy line from Hasbro from 2016. So the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the packaging. Alright, so taking a look at the packaging. So very similar to the Force Awakens packaging. So it's got that red background behind the figure so you can see Jyn. Then you also see Sergeant Jyn Erso. Jedha version. It's got a nice picture of hers here. It also says Star Wars Rogue One, and it has the Death Trooper up there. Now, if you get any of the figures that are from this toy line that aren't actually in the Rogue One movie, this Rogue One will actually be missing, like the Kylo Ren one. But they do have other figures in this toy line that aren't specifically from this movie. Then it also has a little thing about the app you can download and also the projectile that she does come with. And if you go onto the back, you kind of have these bland back packaging. I don't like this at all. It's very bland, but it does say Star Wars Rogue One, Sergeant Jyn Erso, Jedha in parentheses, and it does say a highly skilled soldier in the Rebel Alliance. Jyn Erso is impetuous, defiant warrior, eager to bring the battle to the Empire. Jyn has little patience for debate within the Alliance High Command, enough so that she takes matters into her own hands. So you can see it's got a little picture of the app that you get to download, and basically you can play with your toys, film it, and you can add special effects in, which is pretty nice. But other than that, it's just a really bland package. So we get to the front, and let's get this guy opened up. Alright, so taking a look at Jyn out of the package. So this is the Jedha version. This is Sergeant Jyn Erso. And this is probably the only version of Jyn I'm probably going to get. The other version of Jyn that's out right now has her in a hat, and it just doesn't look very good at all. The way they molded the figure, it absolutely looks terrible. And this one, you know, is much, much better, and I definitely like this one a lot. So, molding, really nice. I mean, they did everything with making her jacket look really nice and puffy, the way they did the stitching and the molding. I think that everything with that is really nice. Same thing with a lot of these newer figures, you know, the Force Awakens and the Rogue One toy lines. They're giving them holsters that her gun can actually fit in there really nicely and then fit in her hand. Now, she is very petite. She's a very petite figure, but that's fine. That's what I want in an action figure, especially if it's supposed to, you know, be of a woman. You know, sometimes with like the original Power of the Force, you had Princess Leia looking like she was a professional wrestler. But this is, you know, much better proportion. So she looks really, really nice. So she's got her cloak, which, you know, goes all the way down the back. It is rubber. And what's nice about this, it does come off. It does take a little bit to get off. It's very, very snug. But this is where you can actually get what's, you know, looking to be the regular Jyn Erso look to her. And then you can see her face up close. Looks really, really good. You know, the other Jyn Erso figure I think is kind of garbage the way it looks. I like that, you know, this is actually more of the look you're going to get in the movie of her. I mean, you can kind of see, you know, she's got the bun in the back, what we see in the trailers. Now, obviously, she might go into different disguises and stuff, but I think that this one probably gives the best overall look. And if you probably were going to get one Jyn Erso figure, this is probably the best as far as the look to it. And she does come with a little bit of her cloak. Her cloak is really nice. It's soft, and like I said, it's very, very tight around the neck of her, so it doesn't just fall off. You definitely have a good tug to pull it off. And then having the cloak off, you can kind of see more of the detail on the back with like her jacket, how they kind of molded it so it looks like a puffy jacket. It looks really, really good. They did a really good job with this figure. Now, as far as points of articulation, it's still a, you know, in this new era where they really are really crappy with their points of articulation. But, you know, she does move at the head. It is not a ball joint, so it just turns. Her arms move. She does not rotate at the waist, and her legs move forward and back. So 5 points of articulation, and that is it. And that is absolutely unfortunate, but a lot of these newer series are doing that. They're going back for more points of articulation. The only other thing she comes with, other than her pistol, she comes with a missile launcher, which I'll show up in a second and show you how it fits on the thing, it's nice looking, but the way they did it is poorly done. And with her projectile, it's supposed to be what it looks like, almost like a mortar cannon. That's almost the way that they show it on the packaging, where they show it on this side of her. It doesn't really fit real well. It kind of falls off her shoulder. It doesn't really clip on anywhere. I really had a hard time getting her to stand with this at all. I'm actually holding her down right now. Kind of cheaply done. And same thing if she's wearing her head cloak, it also makes it fall off a lot easier. But I mean, basically, it's got a little handle down here. It's got, you know, a nice little projectile. It's not rubber like the other ones were for like Darth Vader and Kylo Ren, but basically the same thing applies with this missile. You're just going to actually push down here, and it'll unlatch the latch. And this one didn't even shoot the missile. This missile didn't fit very well either. It's kind of catching real hard. Yeah, this one won't even shoot. There we go. Finally, it shoots off. So kind of a crappy missile. And finally, size comparison. Here we have the Darth Vader from the Rogue One toy line, as well as the Sergeant Jyn Erso, the Jedha version. And you have them side by side, and you can see Jyn is much smaller. She's much skinnier, much frailer than Darth Vader, and that's what I want. I don't want to have toys that they make these figures, perfectly, in line with each other. I want them to be how they are in the movies. I want, if it's a girl and she's small, I want her to be smaller than other characters. So I like that they made that where she's not as tall as Darth Vader. I definitely enjoy that when they take that extra time. The original Power of the Force toy line was, everybody was the same size. It was just unfortunate. Even Chewbacca was about the same size as Han Solo, and that was just poorly done. And it's much nicer to see stuff like this. Like I said, this Jyn Erso figure is much better than the other one. You probably won't see me review it because I think it looks like garbage. I mean, it's just the way the figure looks. She has like a hat with like a side sculpt thing coming down, almost like a helmet, and it just looks extremely poor. You couldn't even tell it was a girl if you looked at it at first. So I think it's really, really a disappointment. But this one is much better. Like I said, it's got that thing where you have the cloak for that disguise, as well as you can take it off. So you kind of got two looks to the figure. And this is what we're probably going to see as the main look of Jyn. And I, definitely enjoy that. And you can see, like I said, it looks really, really nice. And I definitely like that they also put a holster on her as well. The little gimmick missile launcher, probably out of all the figures I reviewed out of the Rogue One toy line, this is the most poorly executed. I don't like it at all. The missile doesn't even shoot. It might just be a one-off where it was molded bad, but definitely an unfortunate thing with that. Some people love that kind of stuff, need the extra stuff. I'm really here more for the figure, but still, that part was definitely poorly implemented. But a great figure, the best Jyn we have so far. And once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.